Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Money Minded on Soul Sister 10X. I mean, forgive me for being a little late, had some technical difficulties here. Uh, Today is May the 31st, 2024. Time is really, really moving on, but welcome again to Being Money Minded. Tonight, we wanted to I was trying to think of different ideas and things. I wanted to talk a little bit about being an entrepreneur. I know that's a lot coming from we're just starting to make budgets and trying to stick to our budgets and save money to going to be an entrepreneur or being going under entrepreneurship. The reason I'm bringing this up is because obviously to be money minded and we like to spend money, we're having hard time saving money. You have to make money to be able to save the money or spend the money, however whichever way that you choose. Okay, so we have to kind of gear our mind in set of how we can make enough money. How can we make money in order to live the lifestyle that we choose or we want to have? Okay, so as I was thinking about this and stuff, I wanted to go over real quick what the definition of being an entrepreneur is. An entrepreneur is someone who starts and runs a business, maybe taking on financial or personal risk in the process. But this describes, but this description ignores the more aspects: the passion, the grind, the desire to bring ideas to life, the drive to solve a problem. Okay, so it's not so much always about what the business or whatnot that you might be in. It's also about your passion, what you want to do, your goals. One of the first things that we talked about was setting goals. What is your ultimate goal? I know my goal is to make sure that I have enough money for retirement, so I can still live the way that I am now. So that's my goal. So I have to have an entrepreneur mind. How am I going to reach that goal? And when you have that type of mind, you will not have to have those types of sacrifices. You won't be able to go get things that you want to, or make impulse purchasing that we've talked about. You may have to sacrifice some things. Stop getting that cup of coffee I've been using for an example this whole time. Those type of things, because you want to have that mindset that you have to make the money in order to save or have and spend the money or to live off of. Okay, so you want to have an entrepreneur mind even in the beginning of your journey. Okay, I know it has been mentioned to me that one reason we want to do this and talk about this is to help us to be more money minded, and we have to earn money. And that's part of being money minded. Money's just not gonna, my parents used to tell you, girl, you think money grow on trees? Money don't grow on trees, even though we know money is made out of paper, a certain kind of paper, and paper comes from trees. It doesn't grow on trees. You have to make it. All right. So this is 2024. There is tons and tons and tons of different ways of how to become an entrepreneur, how to have an entrepreneur mind, how to think that way, how to make that extra money. Um, for me, years and years ago, I had to, being a single mom of four children and needing extra money. I worked two jobs for 12 years, and it was very tiring. I missed on a lot of activities with the children. I had to make a lot of sacrifices in order to be able to take the children to get them their needs and some of their wants. Okay. This being 2024, what I love that you can do is having an entrepreneur mind is there are so many ways of making that extra money without actually having to go to a second job and punching a time clock. There's so many different ways of getting that extra money. So social media obviously is huge, and that's a big thing. And I'm not on it very often, but I notice and I watch the young people around me and things, and I know there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, a lot of these social media platforms. and they really have the young people's minds. So out of curiosity and hanging out with them, or just being around the young people, and okay, well, what are they watching? What are they looking at? And all these different platforms, um they're just watching random things. I remember my grandchildren being younger, and my granddaughter would just sit and watch on YouTube. That's another platform. She would just sit and watch on YouTube children playing with Play-Doh, or children playing on a playground. And I'm like, wow, okay, that's interesting. That's what this generation is doing these days. And it will consume these children for a long time. But somebody's behind the scenes making these videos. Somebody's recording somebody playing with Play-Doh on the playground, in the kitchen. So social media is a huge platform that anyone can get into under entrepreneurship, making extra money. Now, I'm going to do some more research. Hopefully, I can come back next week with a little bit more information on this. But I know after a certain amount of likes, or a certain amount of people subscribing, not even subscribing, I should say, liking or following. That's the word I'm looking for. So a certain amount of people following a certain platform, they start getting money. Okay, they start earning some extra money. And the thing that I think entices so many people about being entrepreneurs on these social media platforms is it's really up to you of what you show. Okay, how much time, how much effort that you put into it. I don't want to make it seem like it's so easy and you could just say, oh, I'm going to start a Facebook page or an Instagram page, and all of a sudden I'm going to make hundreds and thousands of dollars, or YouTube page. No, it takes time, it takes work. But I noticed some things, the sponsor that the things that people do, and they start earning sponsorships. For an example, I was on we have prayer calls on Facebook, so I go on them sometimes in the morning. If when I get up, if I'm up, if I have time, or I listen to Lady Grace in the morning, or when I get a chance throughout the day or whatnot, I go on. But these things, all these different things pop up on Facebook, and all these different platforms are popping up, and they want you to follow them. So I came across this one young lady, and I think it's called My Crazy Life platform, and she just does a little, hi y'all, bye y'all thing, and she just tells about her life, getting up, making her children lunch, dropping her children off to school, what she does throughout the day, when she goes shopping, what brands to buy. She compares this, that, and the other thing. So I really start looking into it, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing that she's doing something. And she said something on one of the ones I watched. She talked about what store she goes to and what items she was buying. And one of the things she said today was, I got these containers at Burlington, and she shout out Burlington. Burlington, come on and give me that sponsorship, or send me some coupons or whatnot. So all of these different places, because you're putting their items out there, are actually sponsoring or might be sending you free gifts. There's another one that I saw that it was a lady who does a lot of cooking and whatnot, and she was actually invited to their place. She was invited to TikTok. She was invited to Google, to their warehouse and things, because she uses and shouts their names out and their products out on her platform. And people will sit and watch for hours and hours and hours on top of hours. And they're getting paid. So they had an entrepreneur mind, and they're using their social media platform to get their name out there in order to make money. So that's something that can be done, besides your regular job, just to have extra money come in. Another thing that I know that is big, that really stuck out to me for entrepreneurship, is all the delivery services we have now. Years ago, you wouldn't have thought of it, but now with COVID happening, you have Uber, you have Lyft, You have all sorts of different delivery services and things that you can come. DoorDash, huge, that you can sign up for, and you do it on your own time. Okay, even Amazon offers people, if you live next to an Amazon warehouse, you can pick up a certain amount of packages. You can work a certain amount of hours and things like that to earn extra money. These are all things that they're doing for entrepreneurship, okay, to make extra money on top of their job or in addition to. And I'm from my understanding, because I've talked to people and know people who have done this, it doesn't take a whole lot of effort or work to sign up for it. If you have a clean driver's license, insurance, you really just download an app, and on that app you can put it in there, and then you choose when to work. Again, why am I sharing this? Another way to make a little extra money to start off your goals to saving and to becoming debt free and being more money minded. So this is why it's important to also have that money entrepreneurship mind, because with that mind set, you would always want to continue to try to make some extra income to what you need, for what your needs are and your goals are. Okay. And again, what's different about now than when I was working the 2 jobs 12 years ago, I actually I had to go there, punch in, punch out, and, actually be there for those amount of hours, that amount of time. With these different platforms that are out there now, it's really up to you. For an example, if you are, you're an Uber driver and you just don't feel like doing Uber Eats on tonight. Oh, I just don't feel like it, or I need a month off, or I'm going on vacation. The nice part is, the leisure part is, you could just not turn on the app. Just take the time off that you need. Okay. Or you can do it for a month or two, get what you need to get started, whatever the case might be. So I've also known some people who actually started like with Uber or Lyft or things like that, and actually left their corporate jobs and made more money doing these jobs on their own entrepreneurship jobs than going in at a regular job working a 9 to 5. Okay, so it kind of breaks up your day, get a little bit, it gives you some free time. And again, I'm not encouraging anybody to go out there and quit your job. I'm talking about entrepreneurship this tonight to help us to get more money in our pockets for our goals. Okay. The other thought that I have for entrepreneurship is the gadgets. Oh my goodness. Every time you turn around, somebody's coming up with a new idea, a new gadget. There's always a new jewelry line. There's a new sunscreen line, lip gloss line. Somebody figures out how to make a new cup. I know my niece a few years ago here in Utica, she still does it. Her and her children wanted to make some extra money, so they started a candy stand, and I forget the name of it. But when school gets out, they'll start it again, and they started off with just a little bit of candy, selling it every day, and it grew. So now they're just doing candy, cookies, lemonade, dessert. I'm looking forward to seeing to what they're going to do this summer. And it gives their children a mindset of, okay, if you want this, well, you have to earn it to get there. And they would just take their little allowance and go to the store, so they knew they had to invest what they had to get a return on their investment. Okay. I saw, matter of fact, just to maybe a week ago, when we had that good weather, when it wasn't raining so much, 80 degrees outside. I saw a couple of kids outside in their driveway with their little tables and their little lemonade stand. I remember doing one, 45 Pinewood Avenue, when we were little, doing a lemonade stand. These are the things that we want to teach our children, to get an entrepreneur mind. Okay. And that way, when they're earning their own money, they realize that, first of all, it's hard work and it takes money to make money. And not only that, they would appreciate it, maybe take care of things a little bit better. But that's a whole nother class. All right. But it is teaching them to be money minded, and then how to invest and how to save. Okay. Be your own business owner. I have some friends who who also are tired of working for, we call it corporate America and whatnot. And, oh, if I wish I was rich and I don't want to go work 9 to 5. Well, 2024, things are becoming so easy that you can choose that path. And it doesn't take a lot of money sometimes to do these platforms. When you start, I'll go back to the social media platform. Really, what do you need? You need an internet and a phone, right? And then you need to learn how to start editing. And you can YouTube anything. And YouTube will teach you how to edit videos, how to take things out, put it in, how to make things go fast. It amazes me when I watch these young people, how they do these things and how they just move around, how you do this, how you do that and stuff. And it comes so easy. And then they add to it once they start getting their platform bigger and bigger. And then they also start more than one. They may have a social media thing and they make a certain. I saw that husband and wife, and they started off on social media. People love them, watch their videos and whatnot. They saved enough money and they bought a car and they started a car rental business. So now they have about 8 cars that they rent out. Okay, so it's not enterprise or anything like that. When you have to go through, you got to be 25, all the red tape. I'm quite sure they're not here in New York State. I'm quite sure there's laws everywhere you go, but they learned entrepreneurship. So now they don't only just have the social media platform, they have the car rental platform. Okay, and I believe they have a couple more as well, but I didn't get that much in tune into it. I was just looking to see what I can find, but I was pretty impressed at what I seen out there. And I'm not talking, these people are my age, middle 50s and 60s, young people that are just starting and coming up with different ideas to start their own businesses, and they're flourishing in it. And it all started on a free platform as social media. So it can be done. We don't have to live beneath our level of we don't have to stay in that poor category. Okay, we can move forward with something as simple as just, I don't know, cooking, cleaning. There's a couple of those out there too, videos, and I think they call them reels on Facebook. People cleaning their home. I seen a platform the other day of single dad raising 4 children. Don't know how he became a single dad. Didn't even get into all that, but he just shows his everyday life of what he's doing, and it's allowing him that platform to it's making him money that he doesn't even have to work, and he is working with his entrepreneur, his social media, but he's able to maintain and take care of his children off of that platform, from what I can see. Okay. So anything that you do, it can be done if you have the proper mindset, and get that mindset. Again, entrepreneur, someone who starts and runs a business, maybe taking on or financial personal risk in the process. But also they have the passion, they have the grind, they have the desire and idea and the drive to solve a problem. That's what an entrepreneur do. That's the part I love the best. They have the drive to solve the problem. And our problem right now is we are in too much debt, and we need to get out of debt. So how do we do that? Yes, we've gone through it all about how saving and all those ideas, but you have to have, and you should. And if you don't have, change your mindset to have an entrepreneur mind. Okay. Find something, if it means to sacrifice a little bit now, to do or to have a second form of income, okay, or that you need to start off your savings plan, to start off your emergency fund, whatever the case might be. I suggest that you do it, because that way it will get you ahead, and you would be surprised how far you can go. I wish I had that creative mind and things like that when I was younger, because be a lot further ahead than where we are now. And there's plenty of ideas. I know there's plenty of things that you can find online. Also, reading in different books and things like that can teach you about how to be an entrepreneur, how to come up with your ideas. I'm not sure if anybody's ever heard of the show Shark Tanks, People have taken, $5 or $10,000 and invested in something, and they're selling a lot online, but they want to make it bigger, and they partner with the sharks. We see a lot of stuff. There's a whole section in most drugstores that's called As Seen on TV. As seen on TV. These are entrepreneurs that have came up with ideas that maybe the sharks or someone else had partnered with them. They've also gone onto the other platforms, QVC, Home Shopping Network, these kind of platforms to sell their goods or to sell their items. I know a lot of cooking shows, or a lot of chefs, they sell their food and package their food. They make it right in their own kitchen. And next thing you know, they have to maybe remodel their home, make it a little bigger, and make a commercial kitchen or industrial kitchen, so they'll be able to keep up with the demand for something. For, I don't know, maybe your grandma has a famous recipe that everybody loves, a cookie or a cake, or maybe candy apples, or whatever the case might be. All right. So I'm going to call a little side hustle. So tonight we want to, keep in mind and getting yourself a little side hustle to be able to grow your income. Okay. So you'll be able to do. And what I love, again, is with the internet, with word of mouth. Your biggest word. If you want somebody to know something, put it on social media. One of those platforms, trust me, it will get out there, and it will become a fad, and it will just spread, and you would be surprised how much money that you can make doing these things. All right. So just something else to think about. Again, if you have any ideas or suggestions on what we can talk about on Being Money Minded, hopefully I can get a little bit more into it next week. How to becoming a successful entrepreneur. And when you make the extra money, don't just go and blow it because you have it, but invest it. Save for retirement. Moving forward, whatever your goal is, paying down debt. Okay. But taking that money and using it wisely when you make it. All right. God bless you. Thank you for joining. Sorry again for being late for the technical difficulties. Lord willing, we'll be back with you again next Friday. Remember, this week, entrepreneur mind. Think of an idea and go for it. It's worth the risk. God bless you.